Hello and welcome to another episode of How to Write a Song Hard Rock. Now you might be thinking, wait, didn't you say last time that we were done with this song, right? That now there was only the production left. Well, I figured while we were waiting for the production, I'd like to show you some of the things that I've changed. Now you might be thinking, wait, changed? Isn't the song supposed to be this way? Yeah, but I know I found that while I was working with the production, right, I was recording the guitar and everything, recording the vocals, I found that some of the things that I'd made I wasn't really satisfied with. So instead of just, applying to what I didn't really like, I'd rather spice it up and change it and make it better. So firstly, let's head over to the chorus, and you see here the shoot part. Before it went from A down to G, but I found that that was weird, right? Because why we did it, as I explained to you, was that it was a repetition of this phrase over here. So in order to create some variation, I thought instead of going up to an F again, I would go down. So I would mimic this thing that we had going in the verse. But I found that now that I've made the variation down here to the phrase up here, having two variation phrases, if to call them that, in a row, it sort of became too much, because you also want some repetition to establish that, this is the character of the song, and I felt like if I made a variation here, it would be too much. Now, another thing that I've changed is this variation down here, actually, and what I've changed is I've added this flat. So, but before it was just an A going down to a G, now it's actually an A flat going down to a G, and that is what we call a blue note, which actually comes from, the whole blues genre. And blue notes are the chromatic link between notes in the pentatonic scale, right? So, if I were to try and show you, normally we would have a pentatonic scale go from D to F to G to A to C to D. That's the scale we've been using, right? But with a blues scale, you might add those chromatic notes. And in this case, I add the blue scale, the blue note of A flat. So you can see by adding that, we get a chromatic link between the G and the A. And we can just hear the two scales quickly beside each other. So you can hear it's very much the same feeling. This is just like an expansion of what's going on over here. And lastly, I've been, writing a second verse, which goes, "There's something about you that gets on my nerve and gets my rage all ready to burn." So there we have it again, slant rhyme, because nerve and burn doesn't really rhyme, nerve and burn. So the reason it works anyway is because of slant rhyming, because we have established that these two phrases should rhyme with each other. So when our brain hears something that almost rhymes, and we know that they are supposed to rhyme, to just go, meh, good enough. And that's the exact same thing that I'm doing with the next lines. There's something about you that's making me click. Just something about you, I'm done with your shit. Click and shit. Doesn't really rhyme, but close enough. So that's all for today, really. It is sort of a buffer while I'm working on the production, and that's why it is a short one. But hopefully you still found it, a bit useful. You learned something about the blue notes. Maybe you can incorporate that into your own songs. My name is Alexander Kloch. If you're interested in hearing the production of this song, make sure to subscribe so you know when it comes, and I'll see you soon.